And we're back from Old Trafford after watching Manchester United 3, West Ham United 0. This is the aftermath. We're going to dissect everything that went down today, get your thoughts on it. Obviously, you've seen the vlogs. You've seen me talking outside of Old Trafford. Also, thank you for tuning in earlier on for the live stream before when we went live outside Old Trafford. That was really good. I got some good vibes and got some good, let's just say, positive sort of like input from you guys. And it carried on into the game because United won 3-0. And we're talking who was the standout players. We're talking tactics from Ten Hag, worrying about Martinez. We are going to get Jay on. We were very close tonight to him being ready when we first started. But yeah, at the moment he wants to blame Ben because Ben told him which equipment to get, and it's not quite there yet. But we will figure it out. We will get him on, and we'll get his thoughts on it as well. But more importantly, guys, as always, this is your show. Get your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the game today. I mean, starting off, obviously, please like the video. That's the most important thing. And if you are tuning in for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yes, this is plenty of content today. You've seen enough of me, haven't you? No, you've not. There's never enough. There's never enough we can talk about with Manchester United. I think, has that Liverpool game finished now, guys? Can you just confirm? I've just been doing some tech stuff and trying to get things sorted. But yeah, I think it's been a decent week for United overall, and that Wolves result now looks even better after what we've seen happen with Chelsea today and Wolves, doesn't it? So yeah, bad times, and I think the focus has shifted from Ten Hag within the Premier League circle to looking towards maybe Eddie Howe, maybe Pochettino now, because there are worse teams underperforming. There are bigger teams underperforming than Manchester United right now. I think 2 wins in a week has definitely put us in a good spot now, and we're all looking ahead, full week preparation ahead of a big game against Aston Villa next Sunday. Again, another Sunday match. It is thick and fast, isn't it? But hey, let's get into the chat and see what you guys are thinking today. I've got a poll up right now. Zane is in the chat. Zane is quite happy. Good job I didn't take that ludicrous bet. League is ours. What a performance. Come on, you Gunners, he says. Thanks for the super chat, mate. But I think the best performance of the day was from United today. Beating that team that's very difficult to beat at home, according to Arsenal. 3-0. What was it? 3 or 2-0, was it? That Arsenal lost to West Ham? Yeah, just not cut out for some people, is it? Hey? But anyway, you're doing well enough, Zane. So yeah, big result for Arsenal today. It puts them back in the mix again if they weren't in there already. But yeah, 3-1 to Arsenal is finished, and Gunners are happy. Manchester United fans are happy. We have got a poll up right now. We're talking man of the match. Who is taking it for you guys? We've got 4 options up for you there. We've got Bruno, Højlund, Martinez and Garnacho. Garnacho, he's on a bit of a landslide at the moment. He's cruising it in terms of your vote for man of the match. And I think he deserves it, to be honest. I think he does deserve it. I think he is definitely worthy of man of the match. I think them 2 goals in the second half completely killed the game off. And we are, I think, now in a miles better place. I said we needed to back up the Wolves game with a win. We have done just that. And we are comfortably sat in 6th position right now. Back in the Europa League spots. Nowhere near where we needed to be. But hey, it's 2 wins in a week, and it's 2 definitely needed wins in a week. 7 goals scored as well, guys. So it is a pretty decent week, a pretty good week for Manchester United. And did anyone follow up on my suggestion for the 3-0 win when we was on live this morning? There were plenty of you in the room, so you got no excuse if you didn't go with that 3-0 and go and put a bet on. I give you all the opportunity. And if you didn't, then that's on you. But yeah, Garnacho, like I said in my vlog, I think that's the real number 7 Manchester United. The iconic shirt, I think he's living up to it now. Funnily enough, that was his 7th goal of the season as well. Outstanding, never say die, continuous running and working from Garnacho. I think has just kept him up there in everyone's thoughts. He's not been hitting the headlines like a couple of other players, but he's just sat back and done his work and contributed. 19th start in a row for Ten Hag now, Garnacho. That is a telling sign. That is big. And I think he's definitely proving worth that new contract that he's got. That 5-year contract. The one we were talking about yesterday, actually, on the live stream, about deals and maybe giving Kobe Mainoo a new deal. I thought it was the right time to bring Mainoo off. But altogether, United today dealt with West Ham. I thought we were comfortable in the end. We played narrow, we pushed them out wide, and then we dealt with most of the crosses that were coming into the box with ease, really. And I think that's why we're getting quite a few plaudits for the defensive side today. Just to update you guys on what was happening with Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, we've seen him limp off. It does look like the knee. Erik ten Hag has confirmed it doesn't look good. I did not want to hear them words, and has really put a dampener on what was a very, very good day for Manchester United. We cannot be without Martinez for the rest of the season, but if it is a knee, you know what it's like. If it's cruciate, if it's big, if it's heavy ligament damage, then we could be dealing with without Martinez, for the rest of the season, and that's a bit of a sucker punch that for United. It is. We've just got him back. He's literally had 2 games, and he's back out again, and it doesn't look good. When Ten Hag says it doesn't look good, then you start to worry. Bad injuries on knees. It literally could be the end of the season for Martinez. He's stop-starts. He came back for a few days at the start of the season. It looks like everything's clicking again for Manchester United. A couple of good performances. Excellent against Wolves. He came off with an ice pack on his foot, but that was precautionary, all right. It's like he's just been... it's so frustrating. It's like we thought we'd got away with it for one. We were lucky. And then we just got smacked again with another one today with him. And it's just like, just give us a bleeding break. Give us a break. And I can see Ten Hag saying, look, we're still okay. We've got plenty of cover, obviously. Maguire is back. Lindelof came in today. Neither of them players are Lisandro Martinez. Varane is not a Lisandro Martinez. A Varane next to Martinez is a different game altogether. Maguire next to Martinez, different game altogether. Any other combination still gives you that fear factor with Manchester United at the back, doesn't it? It really does still fill you with fear and trepidation of what mistake is going to come. It didn't look like we were going to make a mistake today. Obviously, Harry Maguire got stuck. It nearly cost us. Good job Emerson cannot finish his dinner. And we got away with him big time there, didn't we? But, yeah, Maguire, as good as he was today, and he had some really good moments. There were a couple of moments that really sort of hit home with us, like, yeah, we are going to struggle if we don't have Martinez in the team. Like, that leader, that man to set the standard and lead by example, that's what we are struggling with when he is not there. And I think it was all clear when Maguire got stuck and Bowen went through, and when Maguire got nicked, the ball came off his foot and they were away. Emerson took advantage but then failed to score. I mean, we got away with a couple of moments today. All in all, I thought we were quite solid though. I'm just looking at that negative side because of that injury. It plays on you a little bit, doesn't it? It just makes you think, oh, if only. Why can't we just have the perfect week? It would be the absolute perfect week for United after what's happened. And we end up getting that news about Martinez right at the end. And it's just like, boom, right in the gut, right in the sad sack. It's like, oh, please. Oh. Richard in the chat, by the way, I've sent you a message back on socials as one of the prize winners. Guys, get your comments coming in. Please give the video a like. We're nearly at 10 minutes and we need to be at 100 likes, don't we? We know the rule. Let's get going, everybody. I'm just going to double check to see how my man Jay is doing. Right. It looks like he's trying to work on a few things, so we'll just leave him to that. We might still get Jay in at some points. Let's see if he sent me any messages to see. No, not quite yet, but hey, we'll give him a bit of time. We've got a bit of time left on the stream anyway, guys, so yeah, keep your comments coming in and come into the chat right now. Garnacho is leading the way on the man of the match poll for you guys. Why is no one liking the video, by the way? Come on. Oh yeah, there we go. It just bumped up a little bit, sorry. I thought you weren't doing your jobs then for a minute. But yeah, you've got about 40 seconds to make the 100 mark on the likes, guys. You are going for it this morning. You almost made the 500 mark live, guys, this morning. So credit to you. It was a mega attempt this morning. It was brilliant from you guys. So thank you so much for joining in this morning. We had a great time. And you know what? Just chatting to people outside. I told you, didn't I, that it was very positive around Old Trafford this morning. It was. I was informed by Rory that, in fact, there is a bank holiday in Ireland this weekend, so there's plenty over having a bit of a jolly weekend, let's say, and hopefully they all enjoyed that game, because it was a decent game of football, I thought. It was two teams very level where they're at right now. Obviously, West Ham off the back of, what was it, 11? I think 10. 10 games unbeaten, and Manchester United have beaten them. So that was a good win for United today. Our record has been kept up against West Ham, but it has been close recently. I think the last 3 games at Old Trafford have all been 1-0. So for us to get the 3 goals, which I did promise you, by the way, so don't give me some credit for that. And you can give me some more likes for that as well while you're at it. But yeah, I was just happy that we got the clean sheet as well. And it was a confidence booster for Onana. I don't like him. I still worry with him, and I don't think he is the future of Manchester United. I really don't. I'm making some hard calls on certain players that, where we have got positives, there's still concern. I do feel like we can't go to that next level with him. He just isn't good enough for me. Where he made a good save, he just got the ball and he kicked it straight back out of play. Honestly, it's like 1 step forward and 2 back with him. Squad depth needs looking at. When Martinez drops out, the team looks very disjointed. We need strength in depth, says Akash. Cheers for the super chat there, buddy. And yes, we do, but obviously we can't do anything with it right now. That's the problem. We've not managed to buy anyone in January because we're skint. And in the summer, if this team does take us to the Champions League places, which, like I've said, is probably going to be top 5, then we need to have a little bit of investment into that defence, I feel. We're talking to a couple of people outside. It's like when we're looking at targets and what Manchester United need, just looking at that game alone there, it's like it's fine with West Ham, Wolves, the run-of-the-mill mid-table teams of the Premier League. And yes, you have to beat them teams, and this is where we've struggled before, so we can't really say this wasn't a good day, because we've done our jobs today and we've done it well, and it was more than enough to beat West Ham. But still, you look at it and you go, if it's a better team, are we going to get them chances? If it's a better team, are they going to punish us more? Yes. And then when a player gets injured like Martinez, then you start to ultimately worry, and you're thinking, who is going to come in? Have we got anyone else to come in? And the answer to that is no, it's not. We have got players there, but they're just not Martinez. And that is the key to all of this. By the way, everybody, Kaz won her game. She scored 2 and set up 2 and got player of the match in her debut today in a 9-3 victory, putting them second in the league. So big up the chat, please, to Kaz. She had a good day today. Her under-10s team also won big, and then United won, and United's women's team won. It was an excellent day all around result-wise, and an excellent day. Vassan, welcome to the Members Club, my friend. Donated by the legendary, the Honest Tiger. Thank you so much, my friend. And Vassan, welcome. Welcome. And I hope you had a great day today. Right, I went for a 4-1 win, but the 3-0 was just as good. This genuinely, for me, marks a turning point for our squad. Mr. Miracle, he's turning points. I like it. I like that mood. I like that confidence that Manchester United are moving in the right direction. Damon says, I know people are dubious about ex-Ajax players, but Alvarez doesn't seem too sloppy. Alvarez for West Ham. Kudus, I thought was good today, but Luke Shaw definitely taught him a lesson in the second half. Gerard Bowen, I would take him, but he's too dear. But again, Martinez, I thought he pocketed Bowen today. I did. Bowen latched on to Maguire being caught cold in the second half, but credit again to Dalot. I thought he did excellent in getting back and covering. And we protected Onana very, very well today, I thought. I thought he didn't have anything really difficult to deal with, and I can't remember him making any significant save at all in the second half. So credit to the back line today. They did a great job in protecting the goalkeeper, and I feel like we need to give them a little bit of praise. We've been leaking goals left, right and centre recently, and there has been that stat about conceding 2 or more goals in consecutive games floating around as well. Well, we put that to bed today again with a nice, comfy 3-0 win. Get your comments coming in, guys. I want to know what you thought of the game today. Who stood out the most for you? Adam, we will get top 4. Believe, says Dobby. Mate, I'm hoping. I'm believing. The big one is next Sunday against Villa. If we don't win that, then I don't think we will get top 4. If we do, then it's well and truly on. It really is. We've given ourselves a chance. We've done the business. We've got the win against Wolves and West Ham. and we've given ourselves a little bit of momentum going into that Villa game now. So I look at that and I go, right, okay, now the big test is Villa. If Martinez isn't fit, are we confident against that quick forward line that Villa have got? I'm not completely confident. There is fear in that game for us, big fear, and I feel like we need to be on it to deal with what's coming our way in that game. Dobby, I'm still unsure about Dalot. Some flashes of good moments, but still sloppy in possession. Had one good Wan-Bissaka moment after Maguire lost the ball. Still got a lot to prove to me. I mean, Dalot had a good game today, I thought. Yeah, we played against West Ham at home, and you'd expect him to be okay in that and deal with that type of game. But, hey, still had it. But, yeah, I do understand the concerns with Dalot, but was it not proof in the last couple of games that Dalot plays better with the better players around him? Now, Casemiro, Martinez, Varane are all back in tandem. Obviously, we're losing Varane, which is a concern again. It just shows you how influential Martinez is. Look how many players are playing better all of a sudden now. Martinez is back. That's the key in all of this. That's the big thing. So, it's a real damning sucker punch to lose Martinez. He keeps coming back to it. We should all be bouncing and happy today that we're actually on the march. The march. We've started a march. The march will be if we beat Villa and then back it up with wins against Luton and Fulham at home. But one interesting thing was, remember we were talking a couple of streams ago before the Wolves game. We had Wolves, we had West Ham, Villa, Luton and Fulham. And I was asking you guys, how many points do you reckon we can get in them 5 games in February? Well, 6 in the bag already, and most people had less than 7 out of all the options on that poll. So we're already ahead of ourselves. I win against Villa, and this is convincing then. This is like going to that next level, like we're saying, yeah, we are going places, definitely. We're definitely on the march, because that's a big scalp to take. And I think, was that today the first team we've beaten who's actually ahead of us in the league? Something along them lines, weirdly. But yeah, we have got some big games coming up in March and April, and we need to be on a bit of a momentum charge. And I feel like these next few games are key for that. I'm glad we've got the week off and we can recoup and everyone can recover and we can get ready and have a full preparation for Villa, because I think we're going to need it. It's going to be a very tough game. Doesn't every player play better with better players? Well, not always, but one thing we can say, Damon, is with our better team, Ten Hag has been right. We've actually played better. We look more compact. We look more organised. It just worries me that, like these players were saying, play better with the better players. Why can't they then take it on to that next level and be good enough themselves when that player's not there? They're the players that will never make it. The players that influence everyone else playing well, they're the big players. They're the big guns. And that's the concern in all of this, especially with Martinez. Just about to pass over the 150 like mark, guys. Get liking the video. Let's see if we can get up to that 200 mark before 25 minutes. That's the target now. We're at 150. Let's see if we can get up to the 200 like mark, guys. We are smashing the likes today. I think we're going to get well over 1,000 for the day, hopefully. But do go back and watch some of the other videos as well. Our Graham is on there as well today. So if you want to have a disagreement with Graham about what he was saying or anything that he was putting across, I think he was quite to the point and pretty much on it from what I was listening to, from what he was saying. So yeah, hopefully you guys can get over there and give him a watch as well. I'm just checking to see if there's any sign of Jay popping up anywhere. I'm just going to send him a quick message while we're at it, just to see how he's getting on. You gotta laugh, haven't you? One day you'll be sat here talking to us and we'll look back on moments like this and go, God, remember them days when you couldn't get your laptop to work? God. Now we'll see the boys from the men next Sunday, says ML. Now we will. Like I said, big test, and you're dead right about that. Without Martinez and certain players possibly, can these next group of players stand up? Can Maguire be all right on his own? Can Dalot perform to the same levels without the likes of Martinez next to him? Because you know it gives you confidence. And can we protect Onana like we protected him today? Because we were sharp in the tackle today. And I didn't agree with a lot of it. I didn't agree with the way we were going at it. We were giving Ward-Prowse plenty of opportunities to whip balls in. We were giving needless free kicks away just in the first 20 minutes. We could have been right up against it straight away. Sometimes you just don't learn, do you? You don't learn, and it's a harsh lesson. But we didn't get punished today. So, thankfully, Manchester United come away with the points, and we can look back on the positive side of things and not the if-whats. West Ham will look at the if-whats. I was looking at Maguire losing the ball on the halfway line. My heart was in my mouth. I was like, oh no, here we go. He's had an alright game, and then he goes and does that, and luckily Emerson ballooned it over the top, and we got away with one. We got away with it big time. Guys, how good was Rasmus Højlund today though? Is he not becoming one of your favourite men at the football club right now? He is for me. He is just on it. That was full-on Van Persie. Full-on Van Persie mode. It was. I've just had a message come through now. It says, more from Ten Hag on Martinez. It doesn't look good. It is very sad and we all feel for him. It's a personal disaster. We will have to wait for a few days for the diagnosis on the damage, and then we can tell you more. Oh, that's come from Chris Wheeler, who was in the press conference just after the game there at Old Trafford, but it doesn't read well. It's a personal disaster. That is not good reading at all. Personal disaster. It doesn't. I mean, it's knee. At the end of the day. And if it is ligaments, then that's his season over. And Manchester United are up against it. We are up against it. I want to get talking about Højlund now. I mean, guys, come on. Get in the chat. Let me know what you think about this man right now. Dobby says, Mainu and Casemiro always showed for the ball when Dalot had it in right back position. We lost that second half when the passenger came on for Mainu, as in Scott McTominay. I actually thought Scott did his job when he came on again. I ain't really got a problem with him. I like him being on the bench and being a bit of an impact sub, coming on, doing bits at the end. I do agree, obviously, Mainu has to start and he's the better option for us, but still, I can't really go in too much. I thought we played well on the break towards the end there. We're dicing with death a little bit, I will admit that. We were making it difficult for ourselves towards the end of the game, but hey, if we'd have took our chances, then we should have scored 5 or 6 maybe. So I'm just happy that United are scoring goals again. That's been the biggest issue with the football team over the recent weeks. And the fact that we've now got 9 goals in 3 games in the Premier League, I think it bodes well for us that strikers are finding their feet. And 4 in a row for Rasmus Højlund as well. 10 goals for the season now. He's already ahead of what he was last season. And a good chunk of this season to go. So you may even get like that 15 goal mark out of Højlund for the season. And you know what? For his first season in the Premier League, the age he is, not being a prolific goal scorer coming from one season with Atalanta, I think that's a good number. I think that's a good turnaround for Rasmus Højlund. I feel like 15 to 20, I think you've got to be happy with that. And then hopefully we can get improvement on top of that, and then we can go on from there. I think that's where we're at with Højlund right now. He's in a rich vein of form. He's looking good. His touch and his link up with the other forwards is looking sharper. The combinations and the communication between him and Garnacho, I don't know if you guys seen it on camera, but he is constantly in Garnacho's ear. He's talking and talking and talking. He is a leader. He knows exactly what he needs and where he wants it. And you've heard the words that he's been talking about off the pitch as well, in terms of berating the players if they don't pass the ball in the right place for him. But it works both ways. They can slag him off if he's not in that right place. There was a moment, I think, when Garnacho was going through and he could have played it across and he didn't. Again, that sort of Rasmus Højlund moment, you would say, where he's just sat there waiting. But hey, I'm buzzing with what's going on. And that picture that everyone's got up of Mainu, Garnacho and Højlund all sat on the boardings taking the mick out of Kudus from his celebration back in December, I thought that was brilliant. That picture there, that will travel far, because that's the tone that came out of the game today. Manchester United's younger players, 21, 19, 18, man, we have got a future ahead of us. If we can build around these guys, get the right signings in place, starting this summer, the Manchester United can go far. Right now, this team, it's the third or fourth team in the league when you're playing everyone and everyone is fit and we are playing well. That's where this team is. That's our ceiling. That is our ceiling. I'm just getting updates. Since Lissandro has tweeted out, we will come back stronger. It's devastating that. That's his own tweet on his own account. All of the noises don't sound good, do they? That's the worry. Fretting about Martinez, says Antoinette. Definitely am. Slabhead was best player. Held it good. Bar one mistake, unlike Bruno. 25 lost balls, missed passes. Totally disagree with you, Lee. Sorry, I thought Bruno was excellent today. He was keeping it simple and people were moaning at him. And yeah, 25 losses of ball. That would be trying to play that ball. But look at the amount of touches and the amount of ground he covered and the amount of simple passes that he played. And his role in everything. You're not saying that Bruno was bad. I think that's well agenda driven. And no, Maguire was having a good game. We said that, but we can't ignore the good bits about Bruno as well as bring up the bad bits. It's the same for every player, guys. We have to talk about everyone's good and bad bits. Richard says, I love Martinez as a player. However, come the summer, he will have been here 24 months, and because of his injury, he has only played about 7 of that. Sadly, yes. Is it the way he plays? Is it that full-bloodedness that's getting him into trouble? That's a question to be asked. Yeah, people only remember flashes of the game and focus on players they like to watch. That's why I rewatched the game a second time. A lot of people miss out impact of what our players do. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Maino deserves to play with better players than Bruno. No, mate, honestly, they're actually all right. You really are nitpicking if you go in on Bruno today. He was part of a midfield that actually won a game 3-0. So if you're going to start picking bits out, you know me, I criticise like anyone does. But today in a game 3-0, you're looking at that and you're looking at Casemiro, Mainu and Bruno winning that battle in midfield. That's what you're looking at. The defence being solid, crosses coming in from a big team like West Ham I thought we were going to be susceptible to, but we dealt with really, really well. So I just look at it and I go, you know what? I'm taking positives out of this game today. Martinez is the only negative. It is. Yes, another game may come around, and yes, it may not. I'm ready to hop this thing. Oh, God, it looks like Jay's having a bit of a mare. Oh, God, we may have to get Jay on the next one, guys. He's ready for smashing his computer against the wall. That's how I would feel when I see Martinez go down. But yeah, come on, talk about some other players for me, guys. What do we think? I want to know what you guys thought of Luke Shaw today. Because Kudos moved across to the right-hand side in the second half. And I didn't think he got anything out of Luke Shaw. I thought Luke Shaw had one of his better games, to be honest. I thought he was solid. He was the immovable object, you could say. Let me know your thoughts on what Luke Shaw's performance, or what you thought of Luke Shaw today, guys, please. I want to know what you guys were watching on TV. I've not had a chance to watch all of the game back yet. I've seen clips. Obviously, I was at the stadium, as you know, so just from the stands, it looked like he was going down a storm. I thought he played very, very well. But I want to know what you thought about it as well. Let me just see. Bruno had another great performance today. For real analysis, people really need to watch the work off the ball. Yeah, he puts a shift in every single week. I think his quality on the ball has not been the best it's ever been for Bruno. I'll agree with that. The team must be built around Rasmus, says Vassen. It definitely should. We have a potential gem of a striker in him. He has the ability to take the pressure off both his teammates and the manager. I hope we manage him properly. Yeah, managing players I think is essential now, especially in that area with no other fit strikers, i.e. Martial, the letdown. Rashford I don't like in that position at all. I think he's a waste of time there. And we are praying that Rasmus Højlund stays fit, because that was very Van Persie-esque, wasn't it? That goal that he scored today. It's like, go one way, feint the other way, make the space for yourself and smash it unstoppably with his weaker foot into at the left-hand corner. It was an absolutely brilliant goal, well taken, and that was at that moment something I think United really needed, because it was one of them knife-edge sort of games. We weren't completely running away with it, and we weren't what's the word I'm looking for now? It was like we weren't getting the better of the chances. I thought West Ham had the best early chances, and obviously Onana had to pull off a couple of saves. Territorially, I thought they were better. They were commanding it a bit more. We looked all right in certain moments, passing the ball around well, but with no real penetration. So that goal came at a really good time for us, and I think it really settled us down. Guys, cheers for the 200 likes. You did it. You managed to get there. Thank you so much for all of your contributions again, guys. I'm loving the camaraderie within the chat and all of your comments coming in. Let's see what else we've got. Hope Martinez is only out for a month. Perhaps it doesn't look good. It really doesn't. I'm just going to check. I've had a couple other things sent over to me. I'm just checking them now. It's just saying also, there's more news that City will definitely fight Manchester United for Elise in the summer as well. I think we knew that. I think we knew that was coming. And it's up to the player. What's he going to decide? Lee Dixon says, I really want to see young Ethan Williams given a chance off the bench. Soon looks made for the first team. Watched him over a year now. It's a difficult one for a lot of the young players coming through now because we've got so many players who've come back who are on the fringes. It's hard for the youth team players to actually break through. Adam Luke Shaw was superb in my book. He is world class. Pity we don't have a right back like Shaw, says Trevor. So he's gone down well then. So it wasn't just me who was watching it, thinking he was having a decent game today. Only second half, Bruno played okay after Kaza told him off. Kaza told him off. Yeah, do you know what? With Casemiro, with Lisandro Martinez, I feel like them players help Bruno as well because, like Lee says there, they're talkers, they're communicators, and they're getting into players as well. So they might just rein him back in, and this is all going to help Bruno Fernandes in his game as well. And I think he did simplify it quite a lot today. I'm not having he was just all over the place. Welcome to the members club, Gary Sanderson. Thank you so much, and the top member. Madred 3 as well. Loving that, Gary. Thank you. Welcome to the legendary status that is being a member of FUTV, my friend. Thank you again and again. Welcome him into the group, please, everybody. I think every member that joins FUTV needs to be given that initiation of being absolutely bombarded by messages of welcome to the club in the chat. So get on it, please. Got a couple more comments. Chris comment short. Dello has been so consistent this season. Glad it hasn't gone unnoticed. I don't think he's been consistent. I think he's dropped off from last season. I do believe that's with the inconsistency of the lineup and the stop-start nature of what the selection is going to be, who he's going to play. I just feel like it's difficult to get any sort of rhythm when the team is changing all the time. And obviously we can say that it's down to that player. He's got to perform no matter what. He's playing for Manchester United. No matter who's playing alongside him, he should be dealing with what's in front of him. And that is true. But you can't help but feel like the inconsistency of the lineup has definitely hampered a few players this season. Rashford snatched at that one chance he had, and he sent the ball into orbit. Yep, I remember it. He did. He was well miffed off with himself as well. He was. Hit the join button and become a Madred member, please, says General Foodie. Good shout, my man. Do press the join button. I'll drop down in the description below, guys. All the options are there for you. The links to be a member is there. The partners of the channel, SofaScore, are there. The best sporting and football app out there. Someone was in the stand talking to me today saying you're dead right about SofaScore. It is really good. It is. It gives you everything. Updates, injury news, team news, score updates, player stats, player ratings, everything is on there, and it goes for all sports as well. So they are partners with FUTV. Scan the QR code bottom right of your screen there, or drop down into the description and click on the link and download the app. It's free. So you don't have to pay anything. It's all there for you right on your handheld device. Go get it. It's as simple as that. There's about 4 players in the youth team that I would put on the bench. Ethan Williams, Shay Lacey, Eli Harrison, Jace Fitzgerald. These 4 should be making an appearance soon on the bench. I don't think so, mate. No, Lee, not yet. Possibly next season. I wouldn't rush them in at this stage of the season. It's unfair, I feel. I think players need to get a bit of a taste for it in pre-season first of all, and then obviously be in and involved at the start of the season and just bed in like every other player in the league. You throwing them into the cut and thrust of a run-in, it can be detriment, I think, to their progress. So I'm not fully on board with it, but I understand what you're saying. Hopefully we will start seeing a lot more coming through. We have some absolute quality players coming through all our youth level right now, and it bodes well for the future. It really does. Kaz has kindly put the link in the chat there as well, guys, for SofaScore. If you want to go across, hit that link that is there. And make sure, if you are tuning in for the first time, that you are hitting that subscribe button. I'm Adam. This is Forever United TV. We are just going over the West Ham game in detail. I'm going to have the player ratings show up shortly as well, guys, a bit later on. So do tune into that. Let me know what you think of the player rating scores and everything like that. But yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up the reaction show. Another fantastic show. Good to get your input into everything. And yeah, we will be back to the normal routine tomorrow again at 12 o'clock. I am working on a couple of more different shows and a bit more different content as well, guys. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep you updated as always. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. It is still early. Get yourself a nice glass of wine. Put your feet up. Get some Netflix on or watch some football later. Is anyone watching Match of the Day too, maybe? I hope you have a great one, guys. It's been an epic weekend. Don't forget, the player rating show will be up shortly as well. So make sure you do give it a watch. And let me know what you thought of the players and their scores today. But past that, guys, thank you so much. Epic as always. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you to all the new members. We are done and dusted. Graham is driving back, Dobby. He's on his way back home from the game, so he won't be joining us tonight. Actually, I just need to end that poll there. Garnacho has been given man of the match by you guys. And that is us all done and dusted. Thank you so much, guys. Have an epic one. I'll be back later with the player ratings. And obviously, then I'll see you all live tomorrow.